There we go, Satan, all patched up right there.
Good. How soon will it heal so I can give Surfer Dude his just desserts?
Satan, if you didn't have a healing factor, that arm would have been coming off.
I don't think I need to remind you just how stupid this move of yours was. You should have at least gotten one of us involved.
Personally, I'm more concerned with just how super effective the elements were on Satan even without Surfer Dude using them. Hell, I don't think we can actually use Satan in this fight.
Okay, that I call bullshit on. How is Surfer Dude able to use the elements so effortlessly while I can't even touch them?
Well, Surfer is more of a Saturday morning cartoon villain, and you're the literal Prince of Darkness. I think there's a little bit of wiggle room there.
Well, I'm more concerned right now with what we're going to do next. With one of our heaviest hitters permanently benched at the moment, we need a new strategy to coordinate to attack Surfer Dude where it hurts.
Oh, I got an idea. An idea so stupid and out of nowhere, it's just crazy enough to work. We all get new super forms!
Yeah, that, or we could try to predict Surfer's next move in order to try to intercept him before he gets another element.
Yeah, that sounds like the more reasonable response. Regardless, this is Student Council. The episode begins with Starlight and Trixie going to enjoy themselves having a picnic, because apparently they don't spend enough time together anymore. But the episode premise gets revealed to us very early on, as Starlight keeps poofing in and out of the picnic in order to take care of a student problem, and Trixie clearly shows that she wants to spend more time with her bestie.
Okay, hold still. Hurry up, I need to pee!
Yarg, finally! I can breathe again!
Wait, you're dead. You don't need to breathe.
Don't you talk to me about that! You haven't been trapped in a glass ball for 12 hours with a prepubescent dinosaur!
We later cut to Starlight actually doing her job as we see Silverstream, as well as a line of several other ponies, who are trying to get the guidance counselor to help them with their problems. And Starlight is, of course, clearly overworked. But since it's her job to help ponies whether they have big problems or minor problems. And Silverstream's problems definitely seem minor in the grand scheme.
Then Trixie comes in with a not-so-subtle anger face, as her and Starlight had already previously made plans to help out Maud with her party, as well as bake a cake together, which Starlight clearly has forgotten. But that's okay, because she's more than willing to help with her forgotten party. So her and Trixie go into town as, oh my god, what is up with some of these faces?
I would like to point out that while editing, it takes a lot of effort to try to get the exact expressions that these guys are getting, usually in other seasons. But in this season, they are going up and beyond to get the most memeable faces out of these ponies. I mean, look at this one.
Season 9, Meme Overload!
I might want to point out that there's a pony using glue. That's a little messed up.
So Trixie and Starlight decide to divide up the chores so that they only need to do only a little bit while promising to do baking together. But Starlight keeps pooping in and out of work in order to help out her students, which causes her to miss most of the purchases and most of the preparations, while still being exacerbated by her job. She even manages to just miss the bakery as Mrs. Cake is closing up shop, which means she was unable to bake the cake with Trixie, and she is depressed. But of course, duty calls, but who should be waiting for her? Trixie. Now I'm gonna be honest, I'm not entirely sure who's in the wrong here.
I don't think either of them's in the wrong. Trixie is clearly distressed that she doesn't get to spend time with her friend anymore, but Starlight is also distressed because she's completely overworked and doesn't have time to do these jobs anymore. I suppose if we did have to take a side, I guess we would have to be on Starlight's, because Trixie is pushing a lot of pressure on her friend. A pressure that she clearly doesn't need.
True, but Starlight should be able to make the time with her friends, since this is the school of friendship. I'm sure Twilight would understand if Starlight wanted to take a breather in order to relax with other friends and not need to worry about her job.
Maybe we should just do a coin toss.
So Trixie is clearly upset that she had to do all the work.
But Starlight is also distressed because she couldn't do any of the work. But when Silverstream approaches with her own problems again, which was a common theme, Starlight says no. The office is closed, it's my time now, and whatever it is, you can handle it yourself. So Silverstream exits, and I'm sure this won't be important for later. So Starlight manages to actually make the time to spend time with Trixie. So they go to the party together, where we see returning favorites such as Sunburst, Maud, and, what's his name again?
I don't know, most people I think just call him Sheldon.
Citation needed. Well, all the ponies are relatively enjoying themselves, and Maud even states that the party's going off without a hitch. And of course, Starlight finally is able to relax with her friends. That is until they get a surprise guest from Terramar, who is urgently panicking because his sister Silverstream never came home, and this puts Starlight in a panic. But I also have to point out Trixie's face right there. Completely calm, completely uncaring. So, are we all in agreement on whose side we are on now?
Oh yeah, Trixie can suck a dick.
Completely uncaring that one of her best friend's students is missing? Yeah, I think we're on Starlight's side now.
Well, clearly, Trixie only cares about the bump and grind she's gonna do with Starlight later.
Stop being inappropriate, they're not lesbians.
They're totally lesbians for each other and you can't tell me otherwise.
Stop assuming gay where none exists.
Well, Terramar rips Starlight a new one for not doing her job as a counselor, but Trixie surprisingly defends Starlight, saying that she needs some personal time with her friends too. But Starlight is not even concerning herself with this, since one of her students has gone missing on her watch, so she joins Terramar in the search. And leaving the party where Maud insists that it's all ruined.
Doesn't matter anyway, as Starlight and Terramar are searching the entire school up and down, left and right, but still nothing. They go to a room where they discover interesting information. Apparently, she was researching cockatrices, and cockatrices can only be found in the Everfree Forest. So, their best solution to where she is, head straight into the Everfree Forest.
Starlight poofs out of the school and runs into Trixie and the gang and, oh wow, look at this. I think this might actually be the most emotion I ever caught Maud on camera. Focus. Right, anyway, they couldn't just sit around and watch while one of the students is missing, so they offered to help. And Maud, of course, makes the best pun ever and says it's a search party now. But when asked about where Silverstream might be, they say the Everfree Forest, researching cockatrices. And Sunburst says that they're one of the more rare species and they're very difficult to find. But Trixie boasts about how she boasts about being the most finder of finding things in the Everfree Forest ever, so they follow her throughout the forest. Yep, they go here, they go there, they go up, they go down, and they head right back to where they started. Yep, turns out, following Trixie may not have been the best plan.
You know, they have 1 hippogriff and 3 unicorns. Why not do a scan search over top of Everfree?
Or get more ponies involved.
This is a young student missing after all. I'm sure all of Ponyville would be more than happy to help out, even at this late an hour.
Well, after one quick look in the book, as well as one good rock pun by Maud, we finally find the cockatrices, and holy hell! I thought these things were supposed to be rare. Why is there so many of them?
We shall petrify them on the beaches. We shall petrify them on the landing grounds. We shall petrify them in the fields and in the streets. We shall petrify them in the hills. For the world must be made safe for clucking.
Why is it always him? Seriously, it's always him.
Well, the cockatrices attack. They all disperse to avoid being ganged up on, but luckily, Starlight knows the exact location of each and every one of them and manages to rescue them all. Well, all but one. But to be fair, I think Maud might like him better this way. Ship it. Stop it. Never! But even with getting out of the danger, they're not quite out of danger, as the cockatrices are still on a rampage. So they race through the Everfree Forest and wind up at the castle of the two sisters, where Trixie slams the door in their face. Even though they could easily get over the walls. which are practically non-existent. Seriously, why don't they do that?
Okay. All we gotta do is go through this door to get them. But wait, Ted. The door is sealed. So just go over the wall. No, I don't think you understand. They locked the door in a broken down castle. There's no way for us to get in. It's the perfect defense. God damn it, Gary.
So the 6 of them begin panicking over their situation, and none more upset than Starlight, who realizes it's all her fault because she didn't want to help Silverstream at the time, and caused this whole mess, and they still haven't found her. But then Trixie points out the obvious. The tree house that they built. The most obvious spot in all of Everfree for her to be. So they rush inside, where they find her. With a cockatrice! But don't worry, this cockatrice is friendly. Because her project was on cockatrices, and she managed to figure out how to tame them. So, wait, is she Fluttershy or Pinkie Pie? It doesn't matter. And she says that they're really good companions. Of course, she sees the stone boyfriend. But don't worry, they managed to get him all right in the head. And I'm not sure if Maud approves. Oh well, doesn't matter. We found Silverstream, and Starlight is still very much upset that she caused this whole ordeal, even though it was also partially Trixie's fault for pushing the issue. But they solved the problem by having Starlight have actual hours of operation when it's time to see her and not time to see her. And so they all celebrate with their rock hard cake. It don't matter, Maud still eat it. And that was Student Council. It was good. Not great, but good.
I'm not going to lie. When they said student council, I thought they were actually going to set up a student council, not student counseling.
But it's been a while since we got a good Starlight episode and a Trixie episode, and I'm still getting the taste of that one episode out of my mouth. So it's good to see that there's an actual episode that knows how they operate.
And there's a pretty nice moral. Know the balance between work and friendship.
I personally think the episode might have played out better with Twilight rather than Starlight, but I'm happy for what we got.
And I just know Maud stole the show with all of her dry humor.
But I think that's to be expected from her at this point. And it's also kind of funny that she uses this dry humor to describe her feelings for her boyfriend.
So overall, we say this episode is good. Not great, not extraordinary, but good. So without further ado, we're the Cartoon Gentlemen, organizers of chaos and vintage kings, and we'll see you next time.
So what elements does Surfer Dude actually have?
He said that Finn gave him the element of generosity.
And if he attacked Miss Anthropony, I would say that would be honesty.
And I'm willing to wager that Bright Idea would be kindness, because she doesn't really fit the best mold for the other three.
So that's still laughter, magic, and loyalty that he still needs before he completes the elements.
Well, what are we waiting for? Come on! Let's go figure out which one's which!
I'm coming too.
No, you're staying right here.
But...
Doctor's orders. I'm with Peanuts on this. You need to rest up and heal up.
Okay, fine. Just sit here. You know, maybe Jed's super form idea may not actually be so stupid after all.